As of version 4.3, you can share Gigbuilder with other Gigbuilder users or Google Calendar and other iCalendar compatible services such as Outlook, iCal, or your mobile device. To begin, start from the Gigbuilder homepage. I want you to click Setup, Gigbuilder System, Shared Resources. You'll see two sections. The first is to share with other Gigbuilder users. We'll demonstrate that last. The second section allows you to create up to 4 shared feeds that can easily be used across the internet. The most common calendar server is Google Calendar, and we'll demonstrate how to configure it, add it to your Google Calendar, then sync with a multitude of devices. Firstly, you'll need to create a passcode for each of the 4 calendars you'll be creating. The passcode must be unique. That is, you can't use the same name in 2 different calendars. And private information should be a passcode that would be hard or impossible for anyone to guess. You'll need the passcode to define the calendar to Google, but more importantly to keep others from simply stealing your feed. We'll create a passcode for a private calendar. Let's call it 081T17. I don't think anyone will be able to guess that. Next, we'll determine what appointments to show. Click the appointment options and select either Do Not Share or Share All Appointments. Pretty simple. We'll share them. The next option is for events, and you have more choices. You may decide to share nothing, share public events only, share public karaoke events only, or show everything. What's cool is that if you do karaoke shows, you can create a Google Calendar that just displays the karaoke events. Then you can use one of Google's copy and paste widgets to put that calendar right on your website. In our case here with event options, however, let's just show all events. When we're done, it's important we must save first. What that does is it adds the passcode to the ID so you have the right information. See how that changed? Now use the mouse to highlight the entire URL and copy it. So you highlight it and then press Control-C on your keyboard. Now let's open another browser window and go to calendar.google.com. If you're already signed in to Google, your calendar will immediately appear, even if you've never used the calendar before. If you have not signed in to Google, you'll see a login screen. You need to sign in or create an account if you currently do not have a Google account. Once the calendar appears, locate the other calendar boxes, click Add, Add by URL, click in the box, and press Control-V to paste what you just got from Gigbuilder. We're going to click Add Calendar, and we will wait. It will take a few seconds. Sometimes it can take up to a few minutes. It depends upon how busy Google is. Once the message up here goes away, you'll see Gigbuilder showing here on the side. Now I can click back to my Google Calendar, and voila, my information has been imported. And not only imported, it's synced, which means at least it's a one-way sync right now. That means every 2 hours, Google's going to go back down to Gigbuilder and it's going to refresh the calendar based on any changes that you've made. I can click on the event, I can get information about the event, I can get more details on the event. Now that it's in Google Calendar, the cool thing is we can sync this with other devices. Click the sync button and follow the instructions for whatever one you want to do. For example, to sync with a Blackberry, we'd click on here, and there's instructions on how to do that, getting started. And you simply go to your Blackberry, you download a particular piece of software, and you follow the instructions. And then your calendar will be synced with your Blackberry. It's that simple. As of version 4.3, the sync is one way between Gigbuilder and Google Calendar. We are working on security issues that will allow a complete two-way sync, and that will happen in the very near future. To sync one Gigbuilder with another Gigbuilder, which is what we call a shared calendar, to sync one Gigbuilder to another Gigbuilder will allow you to share calendars and share information between Gigbuilder users. That information will actually show if we go to Event Planning, Calendar, and Shared Calendar. That will load all the information from all of the different services that we happen to have. It may take a few seconds to load at first, especially if there's a lot of data from the other calendars, but after that it starts going pretty quickly. So our information is here, and we can see all the different companies that may be included within our system. To do that, we click on Setup, Gigbuilder System, Shared Resources, and we go to the top section, which we avoided earlier in the video. There are ways that you have to do this, and the way that it works is that you need to tell another Gigbuilder system that it has permission to view your information and vice versa. To do that, you email them this following 16-digit code that is unique for your Gigbuilder system. Highlight it, Control-C to copy, and send it into email to the person that you want to receive it. That person will go into their Gigbuilder, go to Shared Resources, and paste your link in here. What we have on this one and this one are two different Gigbuilder systems that we were using in testing. That is their 16-digit number. You can then tell Gigbuilder at this point whether or not you want to share, display, edit appointments, display and create, or edit and create. So you have quite a few options that you can do. So I just want to be able to display appointments to them. The status is connected, which means it found the Gigbuilder, and if we scroll down, it will tell me which slot has which company in there. So I'm looking from Sounds Abound and Tone Productions, two of my friends up in the Chicagoland area. Now again, in order for this to work, your 16-digit code has to appear in one of the 5 slots in their system, and theirs has to appear in yours. Both have to be there, and it's the only way that it'll sync. It makes it very secure. And again, you tell your other company what you want to see. So they copy and paste it, you save it. It doesn't matter which order. In other words, if Sounds Abound is in slot 1 and he put me in 5, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which is where. But that's how the 16-digit codes work. Once that's done, again, we go to Event Planning, I go to Calendar, Shared Calendar, and I can see everything that's going on.